Welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Kepperling and Rob Kepperling of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And to our viewers at home, do you have fear when it comes to your retirement plan? We're going to do a deep dive into what some common fears are in retirement planning and how they can be alleviated. Kristina, how are you today?
Non-fearful.
Me too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great to be here with you, beautiful.
So good to be with you, my beautiful friend. Rob, how are you?
I'm good. It's always fantastic to be here. Appreciate spending the time with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
It has been. It's going to be a great show today, too, because we're talking about fear in the retirement. And it's a very strong word, right? But if you break it down, an acronym, I can't even talk, an acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. And isn't that true sometimes when people turn on the news and they see things that are going on in the world, they feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, but really at the end of the day, if they're working with the right financial advisor, they have peace of mind and it alleviates those fears. I just think that's so important to talk about.
I completely agree, and I've got a couple more acronyms for you.
Yay.
So I've heard fear is to forget everything and run, or to face everything and rise.
Nice.
You do have choices on those things, and when you have fear, again, it is the unknown. That's exactly what that is. And in retirement, when you have a good plan, there's no fear.
Sure, it makes sense. What is that again? Face everything and rise.
Yes.
I love that.
I love how you always pick the best one.
I love that, yeah. Yes, I love that one. So it's amazing when you think about it, but a lot of people do have fear when it comes to retirement planning. And Rob, one of the things may be that they're not thinking about inflation and they're concerned about recession. Everyone's talking about, is there a recession on the highway, if you will? What do you think about that?
So it's a big concern. It's a big concern for everybody. And what if that comes to fruition, right? So we're going down, we have a good plan laid out, and inflation goes up, recession comes into play, and then where are you at? A lot of people that retired, I guess 10 years ago, that hit through all the inflation that we experienced over the last 5 years, which is a great amount, they're really feeling the pinch. The grocery bill doubled, the gas bill went way up, and those are things they don't talk about when the news is typically talking about the inflation results or the percentages they've seen. So it's very important that we have everything in the plan to play a straightforward, recession-proof plan.
Absolutely. It's so extremely important. Kristina, what are some things that you use? What are some tools, if you will, to make sure that someone is actually recession-proof, that they have enough money to live the rest of their lives, no matter what happens?
Well, when you think about fear and you think about tools to combat fear, folks, I want to take a shift for just a moment. I'm going to take you back to childhood. If you're offended by this, just turn your ear for just a moment. But there is no greater fear than having to pick your own switch off a willow tree. If you make it too small, you have to go get another one, or someone else is going to pick it. If you get it too big, you know it's going to hurt. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the fear. That's the fear that God put in you. And I see people that are in pre-retirement. It's okay, you can laugh, it's funny. But in pre-retirement, I see that people are so fearful. I haven't saved enough, or have I? What am I supposed to be doing? All of those years that you're accumulating those funds, well, then it comes down to the time, here we are. It's time to talk about the retirement. Is this process difficult? Should I fear the process? What happens if I don't have enough money? What is that going to look like? Again, it's the unknown.
Absolutely.
So having the plan is the tool to make sure that we're going to eliminate that fear.
And
Don't you love it how when people come in, they're all have the anxiety rolling and they're tense, and then you get 15 minutes through and they sink down, they're a little bit more comfortable. You get 30 minutes through and they're like, okay, we're really just trying to find out all of the information here to put the best thing in place for me. That's what it's all about. It's all about our clients that come in. It's about them. It's not about us. We want to do everything that we can for you, and you're going to know this right off the bat from us because we're very, very upfront with what we have to talk about. But it's a conversation. It's not a interrogation.
Absolutely. And you're both so passionate about education. I know the seminars that you do in the area are always book solid. What types of fears are you hearing, Rob, from people that are in the audience when they have the opportunity to ask questions? Is there any common denominator that you're seeing across the board?
Well, I think when we come in for the education events, I think they come in with some preconceived notions or maybe some false information, and they get what they're looking for and more. So they're going to come out with a few more questions or a few more things that they just weren't aware of. So what do you do with that? Some of the things that we've been hearing, Obviously, taxes is a huge concern, the inflation that everybody's experienced, because we talk about that. We have conversations that typically some people don't like to talk about. We'll talk about religion, we'll talk about finances, we'll talk about death. It's okay to talk about those things. I think we need to share, we need to be on the same page and know that you're not alone.
Absolutely. And Rob, I'm so glad that you brought up taxes because, Kristina, we have been guided to put money into our 401ks throughout our entire working years. But then all of a sudden, when you get to the retirement age, what happens? That's pre-tax dollars, correct?
I like to call it the tax bomb. All of a sudden, you know, when you start pulling that money out, the bomb is going to blow up. Folks, you owe Uncle Sam close to a third or more of your retirement money in taxes. The number one thing that I see that people fear is making a mistake, or they have made a mistake and they don't know how to fix it. So some of these mistakes could be as simple as, I didn't put in enough money, so I've not saved enough. What if you had it too risky and you lost too much, so now you have to save even more to get back to even and to continue to grow? What if you just made some really bad decisions? What if you got a divorce? That's not necessarily something that a lot of people fear, but what if you did? And what if part of the retirement is gone? What does that look like?
Exactly.
But fear of making a mistake pre-retirement and in retirement, I think that's probably the number one thing that I see.
Okay. And how do you help alleviate some of those fears? When someone comes in and says, you know, I am so afraid of the unknown, there is a chance that I'm going to owe too much in taxes. Talk a little bit about what you have, the powerfultaxbill.com. Why is that such an amazing tool for people to discover?
Well, first off, I want you to know that if you're worried about your taxes in retirement because you've saved a lot of pre-tax money, you're not alone. The powerfultaxbill.com gives you an opportunity to jump on and see what could your taxes be in retirement. I hate to compare it to this, but it's kind of like a cancer diagnosis. It's unknown while you're waiting on all of the test results, but then once you get everything in, you sit down, you have a diagnosis, a prognosis, a plan, things are a little bit better. I've talked to so many people that have gone through health situations, and that's the case. And so it's very similar in the process of retirement. You're worried. You don't know what's going to happen. What's it going to look like when I shut off that paycheck and turn on my life savings? Is it going to be enough to sustain my lifestyle the way I want it to be? Do you want to travel, spend time with family, enjoy your hobbies? What is that going to look like? And it's very fearful because I know you want to enjoy the rest of your life. You worked for it. You deserve it.
Kristina, thank you so much. Rob, you and Kristina have a very special message to the viewers at home. Talk about what that is before we take our first commercial break.
Absolutely. We do have a complimentary review for everyone that's watching. We want you to come in, talk to us about what you have. If you have concerns, obviously you're sitting there right now in your home and you're watching the show because some of the things that we've talked about today are concerns of yours, or you would have maybe switched the channel. These concerns are real, and they're not only for you. And we're here to alleviate those concerns or help you get through them, help you understand them. I think the education portion of it is the most important. Understanding what position you're in is extremely important to understanding where you need to be. So we're offering a complimentary review for you. Give us a call, 877-893-5099. Let us help you.
Rob, thank you so much. Kristina, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, the number to call is 877-893-5099. You've worked your entire life to get to the retirement years, and you deserve to have peace of mind. All you have to do is call in today, 877-893-5099, or if you're rushing out the door, you can grab your smartphone, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That'll take you right to the landing page of Powerful Legacy, and you can claim your time accordingly. You deserve it. You've worked very hard to get here. We're going to take a very short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what are some questions that you should be asking if you're considering hiring a professional, and how do you know if you're in the right care? Stay tuned.
So first off, our team is growing by the minute. We have some new admin. I have a brand new full-time Louisville advisor, and just growing and growing. And when I think about the overall culture, and again, family, I want them to be treated like family because we're going to treat our clients like family. So it bleeds out into everything that we do. When people come in to see us, they generally don't shake our hands. They're hugging us, like family. It's such a great environment. Birthdays, we celebrate together. During the holidays, I try my best to do just something very special for that one specific person. And I just think about that culture and how I would want that to feel because I've been in that corporate environment. It is not fun. And so what can I do to have the total opposite? It's as simple as a handshake still means something, and my word means something, because it truly is a blessing to get to serve others in every way.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping Kepperling and Rob Kepperling of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. In this segment, we're going to talk about what are some questions that you should be asking if you're hiring a financial advisor, when you're hiring a professional, and are your needs being met? That is so incredibly important, especially in the retirement years. Kristina and Rob, I can't think of a more sensitive topic to talk about for most people than their finances. You know, they've worked their entire life, they've amassed a nest egg, if you will, and they just want to make sure, number one, that they've done the right thing, that they've saved enough, and most importantly, that they're going to be okay. So how does someone know if they're working with the right professional?
First off, how scary is that? We just opened the show talking about fear.
Right.
You are handing over your entire life savings and trusting someone to be a good steward of that money.
Yes.
What a big deal. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much it is just the greatest pride and joy that I take the best care of people. I mean, it's the essence of retirement, and it's the essence of my life.
Yes.
And what does that look like? Asking those questions. I've been asked the question, why should I trust you? That's not a sensitive question. That's an easy one, because I am trustworthy. Yes. I know exactly what I'm doing, and if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to figure it out. Everything's figure-outable. And we're just going to do things the only way to do things, the right way. It's really that simple.
And you are so passionate, Rob, about doing things the right way. All of the testimonials that I received about you and your services when people come in to meet with you and Kristina for the first time, they're glowing. Literally, there was not one bad testimonial. 100% of all the people I spoke with said how much you genuinely care. Where does that come from, Rob?
It comes from thought. It comes from when we get together and we talk about different scenarios, different things that are going on, and what should we do about them. It's the golden rule. I think, you know, that's the most important rule that you can really assess from a situation is, hey, is this how I would want to be treated if I was in that position and this person I'm talking to is in mine? I want to know the truth. I want to know whether it is the hard truth or the easy truth, whatever has been going on, but I want to know the truth, and I want to be taken care of, and that's what we want to do for you. We want to take care of you. And
it shows. Kristina, one of the things that people are often a little bit hesitant to ask is, how do you get paid? Talk a little bit about that. How do you get paid?
Well, let me tell you first off, if you are asking an advisor that question and they squirm in their seat or they kind of dance around the answer, get up and walk away, run away. Oh my goodness. This is your money, not ours. So when we're talking about managing that money and being a good steward of that money, you should know exactly how much we're being paid, because why are we worth it? We should be able to show you that. Why are we doing what's best for you? Show you how, tell you why. What does that look like? In a true fiduciary relationship, I'm going to make sure that all those questions are answered. And if they're not, I'm not practicing my responsibility. It really is that simple. But beyond anything, I had a client that told me something so funny not too terribly long ago. He said, you know what, I think you care more about my money than I do. I said, yeah?
That's not a bad thing. You care.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. You want to see people enjoy and thrive in their retirement.
Well, what if the worst happens? That's what you want to know, that someone's going to be there for you. What if the worst comes along? What if we have a major market correction? What if you have a massive stroke and can't take care of yourself and you have no voice to speak? We had a client that she was hospitalized. She was on a ventilator, couldn't speak for herself, and her husband, who was speaking for her, was going home to take a shower, and he was killed in an automobile accident.
Oh, my goodness.
That was one of the most difficult times for me, because when I sat down with their children and their grandchildren, because their grandchildren were adults as well, that was a tough one, because she died not too terribly long after. And the one grandchild said the craziest thing to me, said, you know what, I'm so glad that Mama passed away, because that would upset her so bad if she woke up and she knew that Papa wasn't here.
Oh, my God.
And I hadn't even thought about it that way. I was just thinking about, holy cow, how am I going to put all this together? We only planned on one or the other being gone. Now what do we do?
Right.
And that boiled down to, we really had to talk about the stretch IRA, because it's eliminated. They were both gone.
Oh my goodness.
We had to talk about taxes. It ended up being a really big problem.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did they have legacy planning in place overall?
Oh, we had everything done. It's hard no matter what. So why not make sure everything's in order? It's very hard. Losing a loved one is so hard. Untimely, unexpected, that's the most difficult. And, having someone that's going to be there to take your call, someone that's going to come to you and sit down with you and explain what's going on, that's one of the reasons why a lot of my clients choose me. I have a gentleman who came in, his brother is my client. He came in and just said, here, manage everything. My brother likes you. And by the way, I'm really sick. I'm probably going to die in the next year or two. He died about 4.5, almost 5 months later. And taking care of his wife has been the greatest blessing because we got everything taken care of on the front end.
What a blessing. That truly, truly is. Rob, I have to ask you a question as well. Does someone ever lean forward and say, okay, how do I know this is the right plan for me? What is your answer to that question? And should people be asking that question if they're working with another advisor?
Well, you shouldn't get that feeling if you're being explained everything from all directions. If you're getting your Social Security, your Medicare, your income streams, what your bills are going to be, the things that you want to do as hobbies, if you take everything into consideration and you're getting detailed in a way that everybody can understand, you won't have that question. You just won't.
Absolutely. Kristina, I also want to ask you a question about the do-it-yourselfers out there, because we know that's a big thing right now. Like, you have YouTube, so it's like, okay, let me ask AI, let me go to YouTube for just about everything. But what about people that are trying to navigate their own retirement planning, do it yourself?
That's kind of interesting because we get this question a lot. Can I just do it myself? Well, if you are comfortable going on YouTube and looking up your own brain surgery and then having a 3D printer print out some robot that's going to do it for you, because obviously you can't, sure, you probably could.
What a scary thought, though.
I'm being totally extreme. I mean, you definitely do want to make sure that you have a professional. Why would you not? You probably have a licensed professional that does your hair, probably a licensed professional that takes care of your car insurance. Most people, your home and your retirement accounts are your largest assets. Wouldn't you want to make sure that that person's going to be a professional too? Are you a professional? I have advisors that come to me for advice. What are we talking about? Well, 2 heads are better than 1.
It's true.
And we know this. And then we know each other's positions are a little bit different because some advisors don't do the same thing. If you're worried about wealth preservation, you want to make sure and hold on to what you've earned. And you want to make sure that you don't run out of money, that you decumulate those funds correctly in the most tax favorable way. We're going to get along really well.
Perfect. Well, Kristina, you and Rob have a very special message to our viewers at home. Let's talk about what that is before we take another commercial break.
Yes. Folks, one of the things that I know you're concerned about today is, will you run out of money in retirement? Are all of those risks going to be addressed and taken care of and relieve those fears that you have? Let's sit down and have a complimentary consultation. It truly is free. You're not coming in to be sold anything. We're not going to offer you business. And by the way, you don't have to have a certain amount of money to call. I want to make sure you understand that. Everyone deserves to be blessed with information and know you're going to be okay. Are you on track for your retirement? And when you come in, we'd love to give you a complimentary copy of this great book, The Retirement Train. I know you're going to love it. And then before you jump in and come and see us, we're going to let you know a list of documents to bring or send in advance. Hop on thepowerfultaxbill.com. Take a look at what your taxes could be. If you don't, we're going to do it for you, so it's going to get done either way. But let's sit down and talk about all things retirement. Complimentary review. For some of you, it'll be a second opinion, and that's okay. Call the number on the screen, and also click the QR code if you need to, and jump on our calendar at a time that's convenient for you.
Kristina, thank you so much. Rob, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, the number to call is 877-893-5099. That's 877-893-5099. If you're asking yourself the question, am I working with the right financial advisor, and you're not sure, this is the perfect time for you to have a second opinion from a fresh set of eyes. Again, 877-893-5099, completely complimentary. If you don't have a pen handy, you can grab your smartphone, click on that QR code. That'll take you right to the landing page, and you can claim your time accordingly. We're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We do have some viewer questions The question that I asked Rob and Kristina, it could be yours. So stay tuned.
The work never seems to end until the day it finally does. After nearly a lifetime on the job, you should be rewarded for all the time you spent working. Whether that's crossing off items on your bucket list, learning a new passion, or rekindling the love of an old one. After all, life isn't over when you stop working. It's the start of an all-new chapter, the one where you're the writer and you get to choose how your story will go. A way to achieve that is by having a clear financial plan to sustain your golden years. The biggest fear most retirees have is if they'll have enough money to maintain the lifestyle they've always enjoyed. Having a plan to help protect you against the curveballs life often throws will help to maintain your lifestyle. Call today to get your free written financial plan so you may live every day to the fullest and enjoy the retirement of your dreams.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Kristina Ping Kepperling and Rob Kepperling of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. A very important show today, talking about making sure that you are with the right financial advisor. And we talked about some questions that you should be asking if you're concerned. I love this part of the show, though, the viewer questions. And Rob, I'm going to guide the first one to you, and it kind of ties into something that I even asked you earlier in the show, but it says, Rob, I have been working with the same financial professional for over 10 years now. He has designed a plan for me, but how do I know if it's the right plan? How do I know if what he has recommended is truly best for me?
Yeah, so if you've been with this person for a long time, chances are they may only worry about your assets under management, your finances in the market, or growing that money. They may not specialize in taking care of your money in retirement, making sure that you don't run out of money in retirement, because that's one of the biggest concerns. We all want to make sure that we don't outlive our money. So you will know what's best for you after you meet with somebody. But if you've been with somebody for 10 years, get a second opinion, because you might not be in that same stage of life anymore.
True. And from a fresh set of eyes, which is so extremely important. I agree 100%.
Just like doctors and lawyers, there's people that specialize in certain areas. You want to make sure you have the right person for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rob. And Kristina, this kind of ties in with the next question. Kristina, how do I know if I choose a professional that is in the wrong specialty? I'm very concerned about working with someone who doesn't have my best interests in mind.
So it's not necessarily the wrong specialty, I guess. It's because it's what is the right specialty for the stage of life that you're in. And one of the things that I hear quite a bit from folks is that they feel ignored because maybe they don't have one of those larger accounts. I hear that quite a bit. So as you're having the conversation with your advisor and you know you're getting close to retirement or you're in retirement, first off, does that advisor address all things retirement? What is the timing of Social Security? What's it going to look like with your Medicare premiums? What about your required minimum distributions with your taxes? What is the gap income that's needed to make sure that you have income in retirement? Because retirement's all about income. What is it going to take to preserve your wealth and your legacy? If you're missing any of those things, you're probably not with the advisor that you need for the rest of your life. And that's what we do. We make the rest of your life the best of your life financially. I love putting all of this together. I mean, it's so great. And, you know, just good old-fashioned, you folks are going to get to know me real quick right here. The best way to know if you're with the right one is to trust your gut. If you get a gut feeling something's wrong, you're probably right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rob, one more question. We have a viewer that wants to know, I'm 5 years away from retirement. What should I be doing today? I have 5 years ahead of me.
5 years. Well, first of all, congratulations, because it's coming up and it'll be here quick. There's all kinds of things that you can do. When we sit down and look and develop a plan for you for retirement, there's catch-up contributions if you might be a little bit behind from what your destination looks like. And it is a crucial time to start that puzzle putting together piece of your retirement. Because when you're sitting there looking at your final plan and where you need to be, it needs to start now. So 5 years is a good time.
Absolutely. And is 5 years enough time to jump on the retirement train?
Oh my gosh. Well, 5 years is a whole lot better than the day after. I've got a gentleman that called me the day after he retired. He's like, oh, right, Kristina, I've been listening to your show and I've been watching you on TV. I've been just all into paying attention to Powerful Legacy. I retired. Here you go. I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. We didn't. Nope, that's not how we're going to do it.
Oh, my goodness.
So stopping and taking that time, pre-planning. What are some of those big events in your life? And do you pre-plan for that to keep these things from going wrong?
Yeah.
What does that really look like? Retirement is the largest milestone in your life. Folks, you turn off the paycheck from those working years and turn on your life savings. That is such a huge milestone. I know you're nervous about it. That's a really big one. And as you go from accumulation and that preservation down to the decumulation, you're spending that money down.
Exactly.
Are you doing it in the most tax favorable way? How do you know if you are? Well, it's so easy. With the proper fiduciary, they're going to show you why it's what's best for you, tell you how. You're going to know.
Absolutely. And to our viewers today that would like a copy of The Retirement Train, talk about that a little bit again.
Yes. I love this book. I'm so proud of this. I mean, it's a great, easy-to-read book. And folks, it's not for sale. Please come in, Lexington or Louisville office, grab you a copy. You don't even have to see us. Just jump into one of the girls and tell them, I want The Retirement Train, please. Come and get it. Jump on The Retirement Train. Choo-choo. And then, if you would please, let us know if you need one for your family member. I'm being serious. I know that it sounds kind of crazy, but I know your family members are worried about their retirement or their savings too. What if someone has made a mistake in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s? How can we correct that? The Retirement Train has some of those answers.
I love that. And Rob, only about a minute left of the show. Any final words of wisdom you'd like to give before we say goodbye?
I know we've had a lot to talk about today. And I know you're still watching the show just because some of these topics have piqued your interest. Give us a call. We'd be happy to sit down with you, explain everything. There's no cost, no obligation. We're just going to have a conversation. We're going to develop a plan for you. We're going to do what's best for you. Thank you so much.
Rob, thank you so much. Kristina, thank you so much. To the viewers at home, the number to call is on your screen, 877-893-5099. 877-893-5099. If you're in the retirement years or entering the retirement years and you're asking yourself questions about, am I in the right position right now? And if the answer is you're not sure, pick up the phone and claim that complimentary consultation today. Once again, the number 877-893-5099. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. We'll see you back 1 week from today on Your Powerful Legacy TV with Rob and Kristina. Take care.